going on, guys? DeonDrug7 here, and welcome back to another Pokemon anime episode review. Today, we are going to be reviewing Pokemon Journeys episode 50, Galar Fossils, Stick 'em Together. Now, I'm going to be going over my main points as usual. Well, not really as usual, because I recently started doing this, but you guys know what I mean. So I'm going to be going over the major point, the plot, the characters, as in, like, you know, how did the characters do? Like, were they out of character? Was there character development? Like, what was my opinion on the character of the day and stuff like that? And also the pacing, and then I will overall review it, basically. Oh yeah, I realized it's been 10 episodes now, because we went from 41 to 50. So that means I'm going to be doing my my little hot take this Saturday. Actually, before we start, I would just like to point out that a majority of my watch time comes from people who are unsubscribed for the channel. Well, not unsubscribed, but who aren't subscribed to the channel. So, you know, if you guys are enjoying my videos every single day, you guys like what you see, you guys like all the Pokemon content, all that stuff, please subscribe. It means a lot. It's 100% free. I promise you. It's guaranteed 100% free. The only thing you need to pay for is the Patreon. And also, if you guys haven't already, smack that like button, because it really helps out the video and stuff like that. Gets pushed out to the algorithm. Without further ado, let's get right into the review. Spoiler alerts also, because I know some of y'all like to come onto my videos talk about some spoilers or whatever. Well, no one's ever done that, but I know I've seen a lot of Pokemon anime episode reviews talking about, oh, you guys do the spoilers. Like, stop watching the dub if you don't want spoilers, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So, first up, we have the major events, and our first major event is Ash and Go visiting the Galar region again, while Chloe visits the region for the first time. I actually like this because, well, of course, Pokemon Journeys is all about Ash and Go's progress. You know, Ash wants to battle Leon in the Pokemon World Coronation, while Go wants to catch every single Pokemon so he can reach his way up to Mew. But of course, Chloe, she was always that one character in the background where she was just more like, I don't know what to do. I don't know why everyone thinks that, you know, I need to be involved in the Pokemon stuff just because my dad's a professor and all that stuff. But there was a new opening that came out alongside episode 50 of Pokemon Journeys. It's a new version of the 1-2-3 song, and it actually includes Chloe traveling with Ash and Go a lot more. So I love how it's more of we had the first two versions of 1-2-3 where, you know, it was mainly just Ash and Go, while Chloe was kind of just in the background observing them. But in this version, we have Chloe, you know, it actually hints that Chloe's going to be traveling with them a lot more often in this, you know, quote-unquote season. I know in Japan, Pokemon Journeys doesn't really do the whole seasons thing, but this is, I actually love this because in this quote-unquote season, I'm just gonna call it a season because every time there's a new opening, might as well just call it a season. So I guess you can call this the season 3 of Pokemon Journeys, since this is the third version of the 1-2-3 song. I guess you can say Chloe is going to be more involved with Ash and Go in this season, so I can't wait to look forward to that. I'm going to be talking more about that later on in this video. The second major event is Go catching Boldore and an Arctozolt. Yes, the Galar Fossils have appeared in this episode. Well, only Arctozolt and Dracovish. Yes, it's pronounced Dracovish, not Dracovish, as a lot of people say. It's Dracovish. Same thing with Dracozolt. It's pronounced Dracozolt. You pronounce the word as Draco, not Draco. A lot of people say Draco Meteor. It's Draco Meteor. I don't know. That's like an official pronunciation, like, of the word. I'm not even making stuff up. That's literally how you pronounce it. Anyways, let me stop ranting. Dracozolt and Arctovish only showed up as images, which kind of disappoints me because Dracozolt is actually my favorite of the 4 Galar Fossils. But of course, Dracozolt, I guess we'll get Dracozolt and Arctovish as like a physical debut, I guess, later on in this series. But we had Arctozolt and Dracovish, and I'll be talking about Dracovish in a bit. But, you know, Go catching Boldore and Arctozolt, I mean, it was bound to happen. I mean, Go catching Boldore, don't really care, but Arctozolt, I was actually wondering which fossil Go was going to catch, but then it was basically confirmed because an interesting fact about this episode, the ending shot of this episode was actually leaked online a day before the episode actually premiered. So I basically the ending of this episode I already knew. I'm pretty sure even people who watched the dub probably already knew about this as well. But yes, Go caught Arctozolt. I was wondering, like, hey, is he gonna catch like Arctovish since Ash has Dracovish, or is he going to catch one of the Zolts? Is he going to catch Dracozolt or Arctozolt? But then the ending image was leaked, and then I was like, okay, so he's going to catch Arctozolt. Okay, cool. But yeah, Go was bound to catch one of the fossils. I mean, his whole goal is to catch every one of the Pokemon. My main concern was Ash going to get Dracovish? Because that was something that I was always wondering, because a lot of people were talking about, you know, the fossils eventually appearing and stuff like that. Some of us had our theories. Some people thought that Ash was going to catch Dracozolt. Some people thought he was going to catch Arctozolt, not Arctovish. No one thought he was going to catch Arctovish. I, along with other people, were thinking that he was going to catch Dracovish, because in my opinion, I don't really see Ash with Dracozolt, because you know, Ash has never had he's never had an electric type Pokemon besides Pikachu, so that would be kind of weird to just have them just give him Dracozolt. I don't know. I just don't see them giving Ash another electric type, since, you know, Pikachu's already the electric type and stuff like that. But I was thinking Dracovish because, one, that's like the most popular of the four fossils, and it's also, you know, the competitive monster. If you guys have seen videos of Dracovish's competitive ability, you guys know what I'm talking about. Ash catches a Dracovish, which was the next major event I was going to talk about. I, for one, was surprised and not surprised, because I still can't believe that Ash has a Dracovish. So this marks the first time in the anime where Ash catches a Pokemon notified by his Rotom phone. The first time he caught a fossil Pokemon. This is Ash's first fossil Pokemon, by the way. And this is the first time he caught a Generation 8 Pokemon. A lot of people kept saying this is the first time he caught a Galar Pokemon, but people keep forgetting about my boy Kamon, Farfetch'd. While Farfetch'd is his first Galarian Pokemon, since Farfetch'd is a Galarian. Since Galarian Farfetch'd is a Galarian form, so technically you can only catch that in Galar. That's his first Galarian Pokemon. But Dracovish is his first Generation 8 Pokemon, not his first Galar Pokemon. Because a lot of people were, you know, arguing about it, like, oh, technically this is his first Galar Pokemon because Farfetch'd was originally a Kantomon until they gave him a regional form. No, Farfetch'd is his first Galarian Pokemon. Dracovish is his first Generation 8 Pokemon. There we go. Problem solved. There was no need to be a discussion about that. This also marks the longest gap between the beginning of a new series and Ash catching a Pokemon from the concurrent generation, which I guess isn't that big of a deal, since, you know, they're not really focusing on Sword and Shield in this series. It's about all the generation. First time Ash has caught a water type Pokemon since he caught Froakie in Lumio City Pursuit, which was 334 episodes ago. I know, not that big of a deal, not that huge of a gap, I should say. But I find that crazy because, you know, the last water type Pokemon that Ash caught was his Greninja, you know, as a Froakie. So the last water type Pokemon that Ash ever had was his Greninja. And now we have our boy Dracovish here. I cannot wait to see what is in store for Ash in Dracovish, Mr. Fish. And can we just talk about Dracovish's voice for a minute, talking about some ooh no la la la. So Ash finally has a full team of 6. Granted, it honestly really felt like he's only had 2 Pokemon on him since Dragonite, Gengar, and especially my boy Pokémon, Galarian Farfetch'd. They've all been ignored for the most part. But now that Lucario has gotten its time in the spotlight, it seems like we're finally getting some focus on my boy Pokémon in the coming episodes, which has definitely been needed, because, I mean, let's be real, only 2 of his moves are known, and, you know, Brutal Swing and Night Slash. We need him to learn some more moves, and he kind of has a losing streak going for him. He hasn't had a single win ever since it was a wild Farfetch and it defeated Ghost Farfetch. That's the only win it had, but it has a losing streak of like, what, 3? It lost against Ash's Riolu twice when Ash was first battling it, and then when Ash was using it as Riolu's sparring partner in that one episode where Pikachu ran away, and it lost against B. So we need a win with Farfetch, please. We need more battle techniques. We need to know more about Farfetch, bro. We might have to wait a bit until Dracovish gets its time, since the upcoming episodes don't seem too focused on it, but I suppose it'll surely make an impact on Iris when she comes back, since, you know, Dracovish is a dragon type as well, so yeah. Meanwhile, Go got an Arctozolt. Not sure if it'll get much focus, but given the track record of all the other Galar Pokemon so far, I'd expect it to get a higher amount of focus than most of his Pokemon. And since Dracozolt, my favorite fossil by the way, and Arctovish have yet to debut, we'll be back to see the remaining Galar abominations, which honestly, let me just comment that although they're abominations, like, the game makes them out to be these abominations that should not exist, like they're gonna die if they exist in real life, but in the anime they're just wholesome creatures. Like you guys have seen the episode. I mean, if you haven't seen the episode, I don't know what you're doing here watching this review, but Dracovish and Arctozolt are both wholesome, especially Dracovish. I never thought I needed to see Dracovish flapping its little fins. That honestly brought me joy. But anyways, that's besides the point. I'm slightly surprised that this episode did not highlight how much of a crime against nature these fossils are. You know, I would have expected there to be some kind of gag about how Dracovish can't breathe on land, although that would probably make it a bit too inconvenient of a Pokemon for Ash to use in battle. So we get to ignore the Pokedex lore, I suppose. But then again, the Pokedex hasn't always been, you know, correct, you know, with the whole Pidgeot reaching Mach 2 speed or whatever, and Machamp throwing 1,000 punches at a time, 1,000 punches a second, or whatever the heck its Pokedex entry says. So you gotta take the Pokedex entries with a grain of salt. Go also got a Boldore. They still haven't forgotten about that unexplained Boldore in the Magikarp episode a while back. You know, the one where Go's giant Magikarp went into space. You know, it would have probably made more sense to have the Magikarp episode air after this episode, or they could have taken the opportunity to make it Ash's Boldore, but no, we didn't get either. But in my headcanon, Ash brought his Boldore back, since, you know, his Boldore was known to be pretty sturdy. So I get, in my headcanon, Ash brought his Boldore to the Cerise Park temporarily so they could train up Go's Magikarp. So this was basically an episode that, while having some good elements like solid scenes focused on Chloe's debut as a research fellow, some cute nods to the Sword and Shield games, and an amusing portrayal of how the infamous mismatched fossils of Galar ended up coming to existence, ultimately is marred by a few issues between only debuting the titular Pokemon in the second half of the episode and further dividing the focus by separating them, with the unfortunate side effect of not giving us much focus on developing the newly set up trio. Nothing that's ultimately unfixable going forward, and still quite enjoyable overall, but it's an episode that ends up feeling alright rather than great as a result. Now let's talk about the characters. Ash was just honestly, Ash. Though I did find it cool how, you know, he was the only one who was still, even though Gasattsu and Cara Liss, although they both, you know, got the wrong fossils because they meant to use Dracozolt and Arctovish, but they mixed up their fossils, and then they ended up getting Arctozolt and Dracovish. Although they screwed up, Ash was still shocked, and Go and Chloe are just like, they're just trying to cover up the fact that they screwed up with the fossils. But still, I am glad that, you know, Ash got Dracovish. I cannot wait to see Ash and Dracovish's like sort of dynamic together, because Ash always has some type of dynamic with most of his Pokemon. Let's not talk about Palpitoad. He doesn't exist in this scenario, but you know, of course, I want to see like how Ash bonds with Dracovish, which, I mean, one thing I didn't notice is how Dracovish actually has a habit of showing its affection by nomming Ash's head, which is something similar to Totodile, Gibble, and Torterra. When Torterra was a Turtwig, they all used to show their love by chewing on Ash's head. So I cannot wait to see cute little interactions with Dracovish. I think Dracovish is going to be a little baby, you know? He's going to be a little baby. Like, he's just a wholesome critter, but he's also extremely powerful. So I cannot wait to see what they have in store for us with Ash and Dracovish. Go is just Go. I do like that he didn't completely forget about his Cinderace and decided to bring him out when they were digging for fossils. And I love how Cinderace is back to how it used to act as a score bunny. I love it. Their dynamic is so cute together. I love Go and Cinderace. Chloe was actually really cute in this episode. I know me and Chloe aren't on the best of terms, but I liked Chloe in this episode, especially her dynamic with Eevee. And I love the dynamic with her and Eevee. Like, she was like busy dusting up the fossils, and then Eevee's just like, hey, I want to help too, and then she ends up overdoing it with her tail and ends up covering them both with dust. And I also like that little interaction where she was making the whipped cream and accidentally gets some on Eevee. That was just cute. I can't wait to see more interactions with Chloe and Eevee. I was kind of getting sick of Eevee after Lana caught her Eevee, but I actually like Chloe's Eevee, because Chloe's Eevee is just adorable. Eevee and her Chloe are just adorable, so I can't wait to see more of that. Professor Cerise, he was just Professor Cerise. I'm glad we got to see the Curator, marvelous. I'm glad we got to see him again. Cara Liss and Gasattsu, their dynamic was amazing. I loved their dynamic together. I love how, Gasattsu, yeah, that's his name, Gasattsu. He's over here, he wants to get stuff done. He kind of has like, he doesn't have like a care, he doesn't like to tolerate, well, like he has like a dynamic with Cara Liss where it's like he has like he's tired of Cara Liss being so careless, but he's also somewhat patient with her. And I love like their whole thing where it's like, Gasattsu's so rough, like he likes to just go into things without thinking, while Cara Liss is just careless. I mean, it's in the name, Cara Liss, careless. I love their dynamic where it's like, you're so not brash, you're so rough or whatever. I forgot what Cara Liss said to him, and then Gasattsu's just like, you're so careless. I love the dynamic between those two. I thought they were just gonna be kind of just boring characters, but no, I actually really loved the dynamic between those two as well. There's a lot of dynamics I liked in this episode, but let's talk about Ash's Dracovish, the new character here, I guess you can say. Again, I love Dracovish's habit of nibbling on people's heads, and I loved how he was like chasing around. He was chasing Ash around, trying to bite him and stuff like that. Ended up using water gun on he ended up using water gun on Arctozolt, ending up, you know, he ended up pissing off the Arctozolt as well. And I also love its cute little habit. Like, it likes to play in places where there's a lot of water to swim in, and he also enjoys, well, it's genderless. It likes to spend time with other water Pokemon, like, which was when it was shown hanging out with Go's water Pokemon in the Cerise lab. So I can't wait to see stuff like that, you know, just Dracovish chilling, you know, Dracovish sometimes just chilling around, you know, in the water and stuff like that. I love how it looked like Dracovish was just going on a rampage, but in reality, it just wanted to play in water. And I loved him and Ash's bonding time when Ash is just riding on top of him. They also teased us when a Rookidee landed on his head. Like, why do you gotta tease us? Can we just give Ash a Corviknight? I hope that wasn't just the anime teasing us. Can we give Ash a Corviknight? That's my favorite flying type. I guess they won't do that since, I mean, Ash's team is already powerful enough, but who knows? I feel like this is gonna be like a rotation team like Best Wishes, so who knows? He might catch some more Pokemon, considering this is like episode 50 and he already has a full team, so who knows? I feel like he's gonna catch some more Pokemon. Overall, this episode was it was a pretty solid episode. I enjoyed it. There were a few problems I had with it, like the fact that the pacing was a little again, like, I feel like we could have gotten more of the fossils. Like, I feel like we really could have introduced all of the fossils, you know, maybe Gasattsu and Cara Liss keep Arctovish and Dracozolt, while Ash and Go keep Arctozolt and Dracovish, respectively. So, well, Ash keeps Dracovish and Go keeps Arctovish, respectively. But yeah, I feel like we could have gotten all the fossils. I am still disappointed. That's really my only problem. Like, I mean, also, I feel like we didn't get enough of Ash, Go, and Chloe as a dynamic trio. Well, not really. You can't really say that anymore, because dynamic duo to double D. What do you call the trip? What do you call a trio? The research fellow trio. You know, I feel like we could have gotten more, you know, interactions between those three as well. Not just like, oh, hey, I want to come with you guys. Oh yeah, also Chloe. I love what they did with Chloe, where it's like, you know, while Ash just likes to travel, so that's just his thing. While Ash and Go are traveling because that's their job, they're research fellows, Chloe is actually traveling with them because of, you know, research, like to do like a research paper. So, you know, I love how they did like the thing where they confirmed that Go still goes to school, but you know, he only has to attend school when it comes to like tests, quizzes, and stuff like that. So it's not just like he dropped out of school. But I also love what they did with Chloe in that it's kind of the same deal with Go, but it's like, to make up for missing assignments, quizzes, and tests, she just has to write a research paper on what she learned about, like, you know, the fossils and stuff like that. So I really kind of liked that idea. So yeah, I'm glad they addressed that, so it's not like Chloe's just, you know, dropping out of school and stuff like that. So again, I feel like we could have gotten more Ash, Go, and Chloe interactions in this episode. And again, I'm still bummed that my boy Dracozolt couldn't make the cut. He was only good enough for an image. That's disrespectful to me, but I'm still glad we got cute interactions with Ash and Dracovish, and you know, we had Arctozolt just kind of vibing. You know, I didn't really care about Go's segment. I just liked seeing Dracovish in action because I love Dracovich's voice, bro. They really paid this man to go into the studio talking about some ooh no la la la. But that's going to be it for today's review. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to smackety smack that like button. Yeah. I got a little amped up there at the end. I don't know what that was. But if you guys want more Pokemon videos like this and stuff like that, you guys enjoy all this Pokemon content, please be sure to subscribe. Please, it's 100% free. And also be sure to check out some of my other content as well, because I don't just do reviews, I also do let's plays, shiny hunting streams, shiny reactions, and also Wi-Fi battles coming soon. So please be sure to check out all that other stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next time. I'll see you guys in the next video. Love y'all, and I'll see you guys next time. I said that already. Only good chill army.